Hi, I'm Craig Fugate, the Administrator of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, more commonly known as Fema, and with me is Neil McDevitt. We want to talk to you about something that you've oftentimes heard on your radio, TV, across cable stations, and that is, this is a test of the emergency alert system. In partnership with the FCC and local and national broadcasters, FEMA is participating in a national test of the emergency alert system on November 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This test will be a little bit different, as this will be a national test across the entire country. And you may not see the familiar test banner crawling across your screens. We want you to know this is a test, and it's our opportunity to check and make sure that our systems are working across the country if we have a national emergency. Because of the system design, not all of you will see the crawl that says this is a test. It will say this is an emergency alert. But we want you to understand this is a test. And so, again, when you see the banner that says this is an emergency alert on November 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, this is only a test. Neil?
Planes have increased in size and power. A problem recognized as a hazard for many years has become more critical. Vortices, tornado-like patterns of air generated in the wake of planes. Because they are invisible, the swirling air masses are especially dangerous to lighter aircraft taking off or landing behind large jets. Recently, engineers from NASA's Langley Research Center conducted tests at the Hydronautic Ship Model Basin in Laurel, Maryland. They used a 300-foot-long tank filled with water to study the vortex problem. These tests are unusual because until now, the research had to be done on full-sized airplanes flying at low level past smoke towers. A 6-foot scale aircraft is used for the tests. As strategically placed nozzles on the model shoot dye into the water, simulating air currents, cameras record the event for future analysis. This type of research very closely duplicates the vortex problem, allowing engineers to make many measurements under controlled conditions and do it in... What you're seeing are vortices, tornado-like patterns of air generated by planes, made visible here by colored smoke as the plane flies by.
This test is a method used in the facility to display vortex cores using clay dust particles and a laser sheet of light. This test involved using the laser velocimeter and the sheet of light to measure the velocity core and also to visually look at the core itself.
According to legend, a really good blast of air should be able to bring down a house of straw. Let's see how it goes with an explosively generated vortex ring. Here goes. This is the gas. It's the first time it's ever been fired, and with 150 litres of one of the world's most explosive gas mixes in there, I'm not even sure that this is really a safe place to stand. Seems about right. I'm going to need these, I reckon. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes! Call me hopeful, but there was definitely something there. But was it a vortex ring? Filmed at 1300 frames per second, there is no doubt. But the ring you can see is not a smoke ring. It's formed by the pressure drop within the vortex, condensing the water out of the damp air above the lake. A 200-mile-an-hour cloud. Ho, ho, ho. Bring on the sticks and bricks. Three, 2, 1. What? Yes! Fantastic! Well, it makes mincemeat of a house of sticks. Bring on the bricks. Even in fairy stories, they couldn't get a blast of air to knock down a house of bricks. We're heading into the world of the unknown a little bit, so we've got to experiment. We're going to try changing the elevation on it, changing the gas mix in there, see if we can get a perfect gas mix. So that's just the right amount of molecules of acetylene reacting with just the amount of molecules of oxygen in the air. So there's no passengers in there, it's got to be all explosion. Let's see how that goes. Three, 2, 1. Hey! Yes! That's incredible!
Look at this.
That's a storefront?
I don't. What is it? It's spinning like.
It's weird. It's like it goes on from one end of the horizon to the other. It's like a dream. You almost wonder if you start to see it's probably it's disappeared.
It looks like it's rolling.
Yeah, it's rolling up and it's kind of dissipating.
together forever. The theory of randomness says it's all simply coincidence. The theory of randomness says it's all simply coincidence. There is no grand meaning making it possible for you to be sitting here in this riveting lecture.
Years ago, the students of William Dawes Elementary imagined what the future might hold.
Okay, why are you showing me this? It's a list of dates. Every major global disaster for the last 50 years in perfect sequence. From a piece of paper that's been buried in the ground for 5 decades. The next number on the chain predicts that tomorrow, 81 people are going to die in some kind of tragedy. Get off the train.
Why? What's wrong?
Just take the baby and get off the train.
Put the presumed dead at 81.
Prediction came true. It's not coincidence. Don't let him watch the news.
Why won't you tell me what's going on? They were here.
Who?
The Whisperer people.
What do you want with my son? The numbers are a warning. They're a warning to everyone.
This is not a test. This is an emergency broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air for as long as possible.
Are we gonna die?
I will never let that happen, Caleb. Do you hear me? Never.